I'm very honored to be leading these weekly 10 a.m. Wednesday meditations. And as people are signing on, I encourage you to find a really comfy spot. You could be lying, seated, propped up against something, or even in a chair. All I ask is that you find some way to be grounded. So if you were in a chair, we would try to have our feet flat and ground. If we're on the floor or our bed or against a wall, we just want to try to really press our bodies in to our supports and get comfy. Alternately, you can also do something along the lines of a walking meditation. So if you had a treadmill or you're in a neighborhood and you'd like to just pop in your earphones and walk, that's another wonderful way to really commit without getting too uncomfortable or antsy. So any of those options are great for today. As we begin, I'm going to be playing some music. That's also something that you can do is just immerse yourself in the music. My meditations will be themed every week. And today's meditation is a heart-centered practice regarding 5 basic needs. Let's head on back to our comfy spot. I'm going to meet you on my mat. I sit on a pillow with a blanket spread out over top. And remember that throughout your practice today, if you get uncomfortable, make changes. Stand up, move around, switch the cross of your legs or your arms. We don't have to be still. Really cozy is a great place to be with something warm around you, but not so cozy that we drift off or fall asleep. If this is your first time meditating or you are an advanced veteran meditator, thank you so much for joining me today. I would like to introduce the practice by telling you why we may want to commit to a weekly or even more often of a practice. Overall wellness is our goal with meditation. Slowing down, taking a moment to connect with our breath, and also focus on a theme which cultivates awareness throughout the rest of our day. Simply slowing down and being able to notice breath and subtle changes in our bodies will take that practice off of our cushion, our bed, our couch, our mat, and allow us to tap back into that power of awareness all throughout life. Once you've settled into your supports, take a moment to really get comfy. I'm going to play the sound of a bell, and once that bell drifts off, we'll ease into our practice, becoming aware of our breath. Bringing your attention to the sound of the bell and try to follow it all the way to the very end. Our practice begins this morning with a simple breath acknowledgement. Noticing where we're feeling our breath, whether it's right at the tip of our nostrils, down into our throat or our chests. It could be a little flow of in and out breath, a rise and fall of your chest, or if you can feel it down into your belly, an expansion and a contraction. If you have a really hard time tapping into your breath, I encourage you to use your hands, place them somewhere that you may be able to feel it, and just notice. Throughout our themed meditation practice today, we'll come back to the breath often. To encourage you to really feel it, I'd like to breathe in for 4 seconds and breathe out for the same breath, equal parts, 4-second release. If that feels overwhelming, feel free to slow it down to 2 or 3 seconds. Let's try that breath in together, simply flowing in through nose and out through nose. Take one breath in out, any length right now. One more big breath in, any length, and an exhalation like a sigh through your mouth. And then one more breath anyway, in through nose, out through mouth, whatever feels most natural. Let's begin equal parts breathing together. Inhaling through our noses for 4. Exhaling through our noses, 4, 3, 2, and again, breathe in, 3, 2, 1, breathe out, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Continue that soft breath. As you're breathing, feel free to blink your eyes closed. If that doesn't feel completely comfortable, try taking your eye gaze downwards to something still and soft. Close eyes about halfway until things become a little blurry and unfocused. Continuing with your breath practice, but try to find that tiny little pause in between your in and your out breaths where you have a perfect moment of stillness. Last beautiful flowing breath in. Last exhalation, equal parts breath. And as we begin our guided meditation, feel free to continue immersing yourself in your breath, in the music. Breathing is the most important part, being in touch with our breath. For our basic needs meditation, our first need is attention. Paying attention to our beautiful bodies. Our bodies that have carried us thus far through this world with all of their imperfections. Let's take a moment to give gratitude and thanks for our bodies. Simply becoming aware of them. Notice anything that is connection with your supports, your surroundings, or another part of your body. The sensation of our clothing against our skin. Bringing attention to the temperatures in our room. What textures are we feeling? Do we notice any hair touching the nape of our neck or along our foreheads, around our ears? Are we noticing the sensation of glasses behind our ears, on our noses? Becoming aware, paying attention to sensations in our bodies. Where are your hands resting? Notice the beautiful heaviness in your hands as gravity takes over. You sink a bit heavier when we connect with our breath and make time for our meditations. Paying attention to how you're feeling, your mood, whether you're having a positive experience so far, a negative experience, Maybe it's neutral or a mixture of all three. Let's make a promise to ourselves that we'll be true to our own experiences in every moment, turning our attention and our feelings towards compassion and kindness, knowing that there's no right or wrong and everyone has an individual experience that may be different moment from moment and definitely day from day. When we tap into this attention and pay attention to our bodies, it helps us become really aware and honest with ourselves, honest with what is happening in the moment. So we can spend more time responding as we choose and as we wish to, as opposed to reacting. Paying attention helps us learn to nurture ourselves. Breathing and taking time to focus on the breath, giving ourselves the attention that we so deserve. And when we slow down, when we try to meditate, thinking, narratives, stories, they arise. It happens to the best of us, even if we practice every day. That's going to try to take us away from the present moment and what is happening. So I ask you in those moments to simply return to noticing, attention into our bodies. Something as basic as feeling your feet against the floor, or your back or your buns against a support, your hands, where are they resting? Refocusing our attention on the music or any sounds that are in your surroundings. Slowing ourselves down as we pay attention. Our second basic need for today is affection. And right away, that word can conjure up thoughts or expectations. We may have phrases in the back of our minds asking us, why do we need affection? Why do we deserve affection in this moment? Let all of that go. See yourself in your mind's eye, envision yourself. Or you can actually use a mirror for this part. Look into a mirror and see yourself. See your experience. There are no rights or wrongs with any phrases or words that are approaching. Anything being conjured up. But when I mention the word affection, notice what happens in your body. Do you immediately bring to mind a cherished pet or a loved one? Do you start to feel a little warm and buzzy? Or maybe a simple smile played across your lips, or you envisioned a smile when I said affection. All these sensations and emotions are completely normal and totally fine. I would love for you to imagine yourself right now being completely surrounded with kindness and affection. Breathe it in. How does it feel? Let's see if we can conjure up the image or maybe a scent associated with this person, an experience associated with this person. of someone that you love and admire so much, someone that you feel affection towards. And again, notice your body's reaction. Notice the sensations that arise, whether it's a lightness, a sense of joy. Know in this moment that you are loved in return, and there is affection being given in return from this one that is loved and admired so much. Holding yourself in affection, knowing that right here, right now, you are exactly where you need to be. In this very moment, someone or something is holding you with affection, kindness, and compassion. You are worthy. You are enough. Simply breathe. Simply be. Our third basic need for today: appreciation. Appreciation towards yourself. And if you have a hard time conjuring appreciation, maybe put a hand or both hands over your heart. Find that warmth from the press of your palms. Or you can give yourself a big hug. Wrap your arms around your shoulders. Wrap them around your belly. Taking a moment to let any thoughts play out. Turning the volume down if we're hearing any feedback surrounding appreciation. If things are creeping in, maybe thoughts of, well, I wasn't appreciated in this situation, or I'm not being appreciated now. Let's turn all that down. Let them pass through like clouds in the sky on a windy day. Turn the attention and the appreciation back towards yourself. And if nothing else, we can appreciate the simple fact that we awoke today, breathing and being. We have another beautiful day to be just as we wish, just as we want to be, and the very best that we can be. Let's appreciate ourselves for making time for this breath-focused, basic needs-focused meditation. Appreciating that we are connected and recognizing that change is necessary within ourselves in order to project that into the broader world. In this moment, we turn towards our truth with any emotions or any sensations that we are experiencing regarding the sense and feeling of appreciation. Our experience right now can be positive. It may even feel negative. We're not so sure. Or it's neutral. Possibly a mixture of all three. That awareness, that recognition of the truth is key to our meditation. As you reconnect with your breath, slowly slip your hands back down to where they feel really comfy. Our fourth basic need acceptance. We are sitting in the now. All we have to accept is who we are right now. Whether we're sitting, lying, standing, or walking, we are in this meditation. You are listening to my voice, acceptance of that. You're hearing the music, accepting. Succumbing and surrendering to your posture that you've chosen to meditate in. Guiding ourselves into a better mindset. It's very normal and natural to become preoccupied with stories of our past or worries about the future. But let's understand, when those things happen, we've lost acceptance of the now. Remember, all you have to accept is who you are right now. The past is gone. We can change how we think about the past. And the future hasn't yet arrived. We can definitely change how we feel about the future by living in the now. Accepting. Being in your direct experience. Breathing. Noticing. Is it pleasant, unpleasant, neutral, or a mixture of all three? Some body things that we can accept in the moment. You may be feeling some tingling in your feet. Possibly noticing a lightness in your abdomen. A lengthening in your spine. Warmth in your heart. What we're noticing right now is all we have to accept. Let's taste the freedom of being in the now. Letting go of any narratives. Just being, just breathing, noticing body sensations, and accepting. And finally, our basic need for today is allowing. I won't say much about allowing because that is up to you. Let's allow anything that arises in our experience to be. When you get caught up in thinking, come back to that breath we practiced in the beginning. Counting your breaths can really keep you focused, centered, and in the now. Let's create space as we breathe. Attempt to slow down our breath from the 4 count we started with, maybe to a 5, 6, or longer second breath in and breath out. And I'm still here with you, but as I'm quiet, Remember to allow anything that comes to go just as quickly. Allowing your breath to flow. Allowing the relaxing effects of your meditation to take hold. Notice your body surrendering to your support. Allow the rejuvenating effects of being breath focused center you and calm you. I encourage you to stay with your meditation, your breath practice, as long as your schedule allows. When you are ready, we're beginning to expand our awareness outwards so that when we complete this practice together, your heart has an outward intention. Now we're able to give our attention, our affection, our appreciation, our acceptance, and our allowing to anyone that crosses our path. We do these practices for ourselves, but we also practice for the greater world, for all life forces, for our earth, for our animals, for our plants, for everything that we come into contact with. Simply cultivating these 5 basic needs today, the needs of our heart, contributes to the larger collective practice of slowing down, being more aware or becoming aware, and breathing. With this gift, with this ability, we can transform not just ourselves, but project out into the bigger world. By taking just a moment to reconnect with your breath throughout the rest of today, finding your awareness, we convey gratitude to our bodies. To close our meditation practice together, if you feel called to bring hands to heart center, try to bring your thumbs up into your heartbeat. Rise your heart a little higher, more confidently, more aware. And take a simple chin towards fingertips bow to your practice today. The light in me sees, honors, is inspired by, and truly grateful for the light that is each and every one of you. Until we meet again, namaste.